Very sorry, my camera decided to stop recording. But anyway, Yuki Tsunoda is next, and he gets DNF'd, not in the way that is usual, but I think probably is usual for him, because I think back in the Hungarian Grand Prix this happened. So basically, if I just keep it playing, he drives off, and then he gets going again, and there I am swerving around. But anyway, if I just zoom it forward some more, we see that his engine starts malfunctioning. Oh, hold on. There, his engine starts malfunctioning, and he has like loads of smoke coming out of it, and then he goes off the road, just like Max Verstappen back in the first lap. And again, sorry that it stopped recording, I still have no clue why that sometimes happens and sometimes doesn't. Okay, next up we have Esteban Ocon, whose DNF literally happens before, and I quote, before Yuki Tsunoda's, but I am including it after Yuki Tsunoda's because he got further in the race. And yep, I just swerve across him and then he's crashed. You might have also seen in the background, you can see that Yuki Tsunoda goes off the track just... Oh, let me try again. Just over here. Anyway, I'm going to pause it and go to the next crash. Okay, next up we have Sebastian Vettel. So you can see me and him drag racing, kind of. And then I swerve into him, causing him to have a massive spin across all the sides of the track. And then as he starts getting going again, he gets overtaken a bit. And then he finally gets off onto the road again. But then as he gets going, he gets hit by some onlookers. Bit rude of them. But then as he gets going again, because of that hit, he now has got engine damage, so has to DNF. After Vettel, we have his teammate Stroll. But you might be thinking, this isn't Stroll, and you're correct, this is Leclerc. But that's Stroll. He literally, Leclerc gets a bit swerved, so he stays off the racing line. Everyone else passes him, and Stroll just decides to do his own thing and knocks himself out. After Stroll, we have Russell here. He tries to overtake me, and then he doesn't lose anything apart from his engine and also his suspension, so yeah. Anyway, next up we have Nicholas Latifi. And so, basically, he is right behind me in his Alpine, which I still kind of struggle to realise that he's actually in now. Like, I always think he's in the Williams. Anyway, there, yep. If I just go back and put it in his cockpit. We just see him be like, there's a gap that's opened up, so let's just go through it, and oh dear. He loses one tyre to the wall and one tyre to me. Next up we have Charles, and yep, I'm replaying the scene that I just showed you because there goes Latifi. Charles gets hit by Hamilton, I believe, but then down he goes. And he spurts across the track, which I think happened back in Singapore too. Next up we have got Perez. So tough luck to him to have to go out in his home race, because this is the Mexican Grand Prix. But I guess it makes sense considering I love to take out cars. Anyway, there we go. He hits the wall, and just like Verstappen, he has an engine malfunction, but he just drives off a bit earlier than Verstappen. I think also like Sebastian Vettel. Please don't comment me whether Sebastian Vettel didn't go out just like Perez then. But anyway, next up we have Valtteri Bottas. So if I just remove that. So he's driving along. And then a very violent thing to happen there. So if we just go inside his cockpit, we see just driving along. And then suddenly my car's just there. And he manages to go underneath me, but at the cost of his tyre. This is what my perspective saw. And so basically, just driving out of the dirt and then in the air. But I don't know how I managed to keep my car going, but I did. Next up we have Juan Yuzo. Oh wait, no. Next up we have Juan Yuzo. There we go. Right lap. Right, so Juan Yuzo is the next one to go out. So I'll just take us to the crash. I'll actually just take us to the crash. Right, so he's driving along, and he somehow managed to get ahead of me during the safety car. And so, sadly, that happens. Okay, so here we go. Inside the cockpit. Kind of a bad crash. Into the final 3 DNFs. The first one of them is Antonio Giovinazzi. Also, I just thought I'd show that, because while that isn't the DNF, it's still kind of weird how he manages to literally just hit my car and spin and just keep going without any kind of a scratch. Apart from the fact that there's no wing. So I've got us to the crash site, where basically, yeah. Now, you may be wondering, and you may be thinking that that's probably going to be my fault, but I don't really think it is. So I take the racing line, I go wide, and then as I come through the racing line, he just comes in and hits me. So I kind of think it's both of our faults. Second of the final 3 is Lando Norris. And the only reason that I am just going to show this entire thing is just because I think it's super cool that there's like just a group of 4 cars just driving together. And then that happens, yes, but what happens is, if I just pause so I can show you, what happens is, I get hit by Gasly, and then I cut the corner. But that's not the full explanation, so let's show us it from Gasly. He hits me, and he starts driving into me, goes off the track, and then ends up colliding with Norris. And then finally, from inside Norris's cockpit, we see just Gasly come in and take off his tyre. And finally, we have the last DNF of these accidentally two videos. Daniel Ricciardo. Me and him having a heated debate because both of us are like number 1 and 2 in the Drivers' Championship, with him only 30 points behind. Maybe it's either 12, 24, or 30 something. I think it might actually only be 12 now I think about it. But anyway, yep, he goes off the track to DNF, leaving me free to make up an extra maybe 12 points as I come 3rd. Just to finish the race, I'm just going to record the full final lap of my race at double speed. So yes, of course, my teammate's DNF is there. There's me making fun of sights, as I always wanted to try and get 12 seconds ahead, as I ended actually with a 12-second time penalty, just due to the fact that my car just kept losing grip on these very sharp turns. So me and him having a heated debate, culminating almost in me managing to get him out of the race so I could actually get the 18 points you get from second. Sadly, he didn't go fast enough in, so he didn't even lose his wing. Anyway, then we get going again. I got away going again first. But then, my slack of the fact that I was finally ahead grew to me. And by the last 3 corners, he had caught up. And because we were both lapped by Gasly and by Norris twice, he ended up getting second outright and winning while he was actually in second. So even if I hadn't got both those time penalties, I still wouldn't have won. So that's a bit sad. And lastly, I'm just going to quickly show you that for some reason, so all of those cars say DNF here, and then as soon as we cross the finish line, only Daniel does. I guess because he DNF'd in lap 34, which counts as being 3 laps behind in the eyes of this game. Don't know why, but it does. Bye.